Hello everyone, my name is Rajakumar and today I'm going to explain you Power BI architecture. So Power BI architecture is very important before started developing your report in Power BI. Okay, and before that, I just wanted to tell you that Power BI is not a very complex tool. It's a very easy drag and drop tool where you can create a dashboard or report very easily, or within an hour you can create a dashboard. So don't worry when you want to learn Power BI. It's very easy. You don't have to worry about it. If you learn for 10 days, 15 days, that is more than enough to understand the Power BI, to understand the reporting in Power BI. Okay, so let's get started with the Power BI architecture. So before understanding the architecture, you can see like I have created different blocks. So this is a logical block. Okay, so in this the first block, this one you won't be able to see visually, but you can see the Power Query here and Power BI desktop, this one. So Power BI desktop is this complete block is Power BI desktop, in which in Power BI desktop your Power Query would be embedded. Okay, and then we have Power BI cloud version, and we have Power BI report server, and we have Power BI gateways. And then once you publish your report on uh, once you publish your report in on Power BI cloud, then only you would be able to share the report to your user which gonna use these reports. Okay, so let's get started from first block. So you see here the first block I mentioned that the most commonly used data source would be your database and Excel. So when I say database, means database server provided by different companies like Oracle provides Oracle, IBM provide DB2, and Microsoft provides SQL Server. So most commonly used database server is SQL Server, because SQL Server is native database for Power BI desktop, because both Power BI and SQL Server is provided by Microsoft. So when you connect a Power BI desktop with the database, SQL Server database, you don't have to have any kind of connector or driver required for this. Okay, now we right now our Power BI desktop, this desktop is available in our local system, and our Excel is available in our local system, but database would be available somewhere on the server. Means it is available, you can access the database from anywhere in the world, because that is alive always, right? So you see, when we connect a Power BI desktop with these sources, and we have hundreds plus of data sources you can connect with a Power BI desktop. Okay, so when we connect our Excel or database, when you connect our Excel, the default mode would be your import mode. So the default mode would be a import mode. So what does import means? So import means that when you connect to a Power BI desktop, when you import your Excel, so your Excel sheet header and your data will come into Power BI. So how it will come into Power BI? And remember, Power BI desktop, why Microsoft given not just Power BI? Why they gave name as a Power BI desktop? Because our desktop would be having a RAM, 4 GB RAM or 60 GB, 16 GB RAM. The same way Power BI desktop has, we don't call it RAM, but you can say at 1 GB RAM when you are free user, 1 GB RAM, and that is that RAM we called in Power BI as in memory. Means you take a snapshot of data from the Excel and you load into Power BI in memory. So it will be loaded into Power BI in memory. So that is import mode. Okay, same case happens with the database server also. When you bring data from database server into import mode, then it will it will bring all the data. It will just take the snapshot of data and load into Power BI in memory. But so in Excel, you won't be having option for both import and you see direct and live. You won't be having option these two. So by default, when you connect to Excel, that would be a import mode. You cannot connect Excel live until unless you don't have Excel available in Excel online. So when when your Excel file is available online, means it's on cloud. It can be accessed from anywhere. So it's like live. So when you connect your Excel source, it will connect live to your Power BI desktop. Okay. So remember very important thing, Power BI desktop is available right now for me. It's locally, your Excel file also locally, but database is available online, means on the cloud. Not cloud, online, means it can be on the server. It can be accessed from anywhere in the world, whoever having access for that database. So when you connect to Excel source or file type, by default it would be import mode. And there, when you connect to a database, there would be a two option. When you connect, it will pop up a window where you can see the select you can select import mode or you can select direct or live. So when you connect it, so remember, we can connect live connection only with the database. You'd be getting option of import and direct, both options. So you can choose anyone. Either you can bring the data into your Power BI in memory. When you connect a live, so database, when you connect database live, direct or live mode, so what will happen, it's just to bring the schema of database, means your data won't come in memory. So data would be available on the server where it is. So each time when you execute your report, means when you open a Power BI desktop, the pre-existing report, so it will run the query in backend and it will show you the result. So that's why when you have low internet connection, the connectivity is very poor, then in that case the report would be slow because it's connected live. And when you open the report, it will run the query in backend, and then it will go to the server. It will run that query into the server, and it will get the result from the server, and it will show up in the report, right? So remember, when you connect to a database server, you'd be having option for import and direct or live. And when you connect to Excel, you won't be getting any option to choose an option like import or direct live. So by default for Excel, not online, Excel, the local application, locally available onto your desktop. So it by default it would be import. When it would be on cloud, so it would be live. So that there then also you won't be getting an option for connecting direct or live. It will directly connect live. Okay, now you need to understand what is live or direct. So I explained you for database, the data would be available on the server itself, it won't come in memory. Okay, so when you brought your data into your Power BI desktop, okay, and you see red, I put the red color in everywhere. So red color is nothing but once you brought in data, there would be a change in data. So that when you next time when you open the report, when you refresh your report, it should get that change into your report. That report should show the change data. Okay, so why I kept it red here, so here I have kept it blank because we don't bring the data, we just bring the model, means your column names and your table name, your relationship between table, but not the data. Okay, now you see here, so when your Power BI desktop and Excel is available on the same system, your local system, so whenever you refresh your report in Power BI desktop, it will automatically take the change data also. If your data change, it will show then and there. But when you put your report on the cloud, okay, on the cloud, so the connection would be broken, means your data is present in memory, okay, in your Power BI desktop, but there is no direct. When you publish here, that is called cloud, when you put your report on the cloud for the user, so that time you won't get, like when you refresh your report, you won't get the change data when your data source is Excel. So to see that change of data, to see the like to bring the change into your report on cloud. So you should have a Power BI gateway. So Power BI gateway is just a bridge between an Excel file present locally and your report present on the somewhere on cloud. So how you are connect some Excel file available locally and your report is available on cloud. So how you are going to connect that? So for connecting that, we have Power BI gateway. So this also would be saved on the server, Power BI gateway. So Power BI gateway is a communication bridge between your report and the data source, which is called Excel or file type. Okay. So that why I explained you, because if you refresh here also, if you refresh in Power BI, then also it will change. But when you publish on cloud your report, when your data source is Excel, so when you refresh your report, it won't show the change data, because that is your report is present on cloud and your Excel file is present somewhere locally or somewhere on system. Okay. So to bring that data, the change data on daily basis or on frequent basis, so in that case you should have a Power BI gateway installed on some of the server. Okay. So what it does, so Power BI gateway, whoever is installing, they'll log in with their credential, which is used to log in for the Power BI desktop or Power BI cloud. So automatically for that user, you can see, yes, that user, once they'll install the Power BI gateway, they can schedule a refresh on daily basis or hourly or weekly or monthly, and then once it will schedule your data source refresh. So once your data source is refreshed on daily basis, you'd be getting the change data. So that's why I'm explaining in very clearly that when you have, when you have report in Power BI desktop, means in PBIX file, which is called a PBIX file, when your report is in Power BI desktop. So when your report is in Power BI desktop, you can see the change data. If you can see the change data then and there, when you have data source as Excel. Okay. Because that is the import mode by default, right? So to get the change data, you should have a Power BI gateway when you publish your report on cloud. So it won't change automatically. So when you refresh your report, when you reopen your report again, reopen your report, and in that case, you should have a Power BI gateway in the form of import mode. Same goes for the database. When you connect a database in import mode, when you are in Power BI desktop, it will refresh automatically. You should not have any mean to refresh it. But when you publish for the user to access that report on the cloud, so you should have a Power BI gateway to refresh your data. So you need to install Power BI gateway and then you need to schedule the refresh. Okay. So I'll come back to here, but here you see we have Power BI Power Query, that is called Power Query Editor. So that is embedded inside Power BI desktop. So what happens? Let's you if you have data in Excel, but that data is not up to the mark, means there would be that won't be any, like that won't be cleaned. Okay. Right. So to clean the data, we have option in Power BI desktop. So whenever you connect an Excel and you see any data discrepancy into Power BI desktop, when you connect to Excel, so you should not change you should not clean the data into Excel. Power BI have Power Query Editor, which is used to clean your data and transform your data. Understood? So you can clean your data, you can transform your data, you can what you call any kind of thing, any kind of change required into your data set. You can replace your data, you can split a single column into two column, you can pivot your data, you can unpivot your data, you can, if you have a date column, if you want to bring you need to create a separate column called year, so you can do that using Power Query Editor. So once you load your data in Power BI desktop, that data would be available in Power Query also, so that you can do the changes. So in Power Query Editor, the original data would be present, original data and the change applied to it. Okay. So that is, don't worry, I'm just explaining you the Power BI architecture, but I'll explain you visually, so how it works. Okay. So once you change the data, and then you load that again into Power BI in memory, and you create your report. Once your report got generated or created or developed, you can publish it. So publish it means upload it onto Power BI cloud, which is called Power BI online services, which can be accessed by by entering app.powerbi.com in browser. You can put in browser this address, and you can log in with your credential, means your company email ID, when you get a pro license, or when you can get it free also for few days. Okay. So like, see, I have mentioned you a workspace. So workspace would be project specific folder. Let's say if you publish your, if you upload your Excel file in Excel online, you must, if you are working in a company, you must be having a project related folder. So there would be a different project and there would be a different folder. So if you want to put one Excel into ABC project, so you are going to upload into ABC folder. So same way we can create workspace, that is like folder called workspace project folder. And when you, so when you publish a report, it will ask for login. So how it will see, like which how it will identify which workspace uh, we need to publish our report, we need to upload our report. So when you so when you publish your report, like using Power BI desktop, so it will ask to login, and same login credential would be used in Power BI online services. So if a Power BI admin will give you access of different folders, so when you try to publish your report on from the Power BI desktop, so what it will do, it will pop up with your options, work project folder, which project folder, all the project folder which you have access for. Okay. So admin had given access for ABC, a folder, B folder, C folder. So that would be shown when you publish your report, and you can select the workspace and upload your or publish your report into that project specific folder. And I already explained you Power BI gateways. What is Power BI gateways? Now, so Power BI online services, when you get a pro license, or when you sign up it, you automatically get a Power BI license, like the Power BI online services. So remember, Power BI online services is hosted by Microsoft. It is not hosted, so you don't have to buy it. It comes with your pro license. But when you host your own server, so you need to buy that server from Microsoft. The same functionality would be available in this Power BI report server. So Power BI report server and Power BI online service both are same. So Power BI online services is hosted by Microsoft, and Power BI report server is hosted by company. So company will buy it and then host it, and you can publish the report on Power BI report server. So same, both are same, just different difference is the hosting. So company will host that, and there could be a design different, that because most of the company will use Power BI online services, they won't bother because that is cost efficient. Okay. So we have Power BI report server and online service and Power BI gateway. Now once you publish your report, you would be able to see the report. A user can log in with their login credential. So admin will give the access to user also, which whoever gonna see the report. Okay. So they'll log in with their credential, and they would be having access of workspace, whichever workspace access would be given to that user. That user can log in and can go to that workspace and go to that report and open that report. They can see it. Same, we have Power BI mobile app. You can a user can log in using Power BI mobile apps, but they can just see the report. They cannot do anything with that report. In Power BI, or like online services, you can edit your report also, like the same thing which you are doing in Power BI desktop, you can do in Power BI online services also. But it's not recommended, because if something goes wrong and you save it, it would be live, so anybody can see that change, or that the change happened wrongly. So it is recommended, develop your report in Power BI desktop and publish that report onto workspace. So this architecture, we saw it logical way. Now I'm going to explain you how it works visually. Okay. So now we'll see visually the architecture. Okay. I won't show you Power BI gateways because I won't be able to install it right now. So I'll just show you where it will ask to install the Power BI gateway, while a data refresh in import mode would be needed. Okay. So to bring the data into Power BI in memory, we have get data. Okay, so when you want to connect a different data sources, see available Excel, then SQL Server, so you can connect to Excel. So first I'll show you when you connect to a SQL Server, so it will ask a different like the import and direct query mode. So when you connect, so we have see already, so I have connected these data source previously, so the connection would be saved in Power BI desktop. So whenever you open a new Power BI desktop window, so in that case this would be available because I connected this data source earlier, okay, for the reporting purpose. So I'll show you. I'll connect to this one desktop. So here I told you like this is connected previously, so it will save the connection, so you won't be able to see here to check the option whether it's connected imported or whether it's connected direct query mode. So we'll again connect to the new source. I'll go for SQL Server, and you see it is asking for the server. So server, I'll put server name. Okay, and you can, if you know the database name from where you need to bring the table, you can put it. This is optional, or it will give you the option where like you can see all the database and all the table. So you see here data connectivity mode, so there's a import mode or direct query mode. So when you connect a import mode and when you connect a direct query mode, so you can check that. So here I'll explain you later in other session about the import and direct query mode in the difference between these type of mode uh, later in other session. But you know the basic difference between import and direct query mode. So import, you get the data in memory, but in direct query mode you just bring the model into your Power BI desktop. Model means your table, your table name and your field name, your column name, not the data, and the relationship also. Okay, and if you want to write a query and you want to create like you want to write a query and bring the data, so you can put like write a query. And so when you connect it, and now click OK, it will connect to your database and you can, so I'll connect in import mode. So you can see it is asking the authentication mode, which authentication mode you're going to use. So I'll use my current credential. Okay, so now it will show you the, it will show you the all the table details. Okay, it will show you the table details, right? So all the database and the table inside that database, if you click on here, so we have test database available. So inside test database we have different table. So you see select any table, so it will show the table. Right now we don't have any data in this table, so it will show column header, right? Okay, so because there is no data, these options are not enabled. So but what I'll show you with Excel. Okay, so when you click Excel, it will ask to select the Excel sheet or workbook. Okay, so we have this one, sales. Okay, so I'll go here and I'll take the sales database, or I'll take a superstore data set available, superstore data available in US. So I'm going to take that data. So I'll go to document and then my Tableau repository, data source, this one. So I'll connect this sample superstore data. And now you see it won't ask for any to select any mode of connection like import or direct query, because this is locally available. So it's like kind of by default it is import mode. Okay, So now the same way it will show you different sheet available in that, and whichever sheet you want to select and do your reporting or analysis, you can select that. Okay. So we see, you see we have different kind of sheet. So I'll select this sheet, one sheet. Okay. And when you select that, it will show you different columns and a preview of data. So you see these are the data available, and you see there's a load option and transform data option. So why they have kept both option, load and transform? So when you click on transform data, so it will take you to Power Query editor where you can transform your data and then you can load it in memory. But when you click on load, it will directly load it to in memory. So if you want to do transformation before loading to in memory, you select transform data, and then there would be a option available in query editor where you can click like load to Power BI desktop, that is called close and apply option, that I'll show you. Okay. And let's say you you load it and then you want to do some transform. Let's say you know that data is cleaned, so you just load it. Okay. So when you load it, okay, so when you load it, it will show in Power BI desktop where it will show. So you see loading, creating connection in model. So it's just creating a table and then their column name, and now it will show load into model. See, rows from orders, this is loading. Okay, now it's loaded, and it will show detect relationship later. So it will detect if you have multiple tables and if there is a common column between two tables. So if the column name, common column name is same, Power BI automatically create a relationship. Okay. If the common column name is different, then you need to have, you need to create the relationship manually. Okay. So when you brought in the data, automatically it will show right side of your desktop. So you see fields, in field pan it will show you, and you see this is report view and this is data view where you can see what kind of data we brought in. So you'd be able to see all the data here. See, when you select this table, okay, it will show the data, and you can see the data is uh, uh, data is here, right? And there's the last is, I told you, like if you have one more than one table, then if you need to do you need to bring in you need to use one field from one table and other field from other table to do the analysis. So you need to create a relationship, otherwise without relationship it won't work. So right now we have only one table, so in later session I'll explain you the relationship. So I'll create a nice dashboard here. Okay, so I'll take you should have a proper proper dashboard title. So I'll write as a sales dashboard, and then I'll make it little bold, increase the size of to maybe 32, and then I'll make it an Arial black, and then we need to put everywhere like it should show as a title. Okay, and then I'll make it alignment middle, take the background color as a dark blue. Okay, and then this color for text, I'll select this text, and color for text I'll select, oh sorry, color for text I'll select white so that it look proper. Okay, and I'll make it little. So this is like this is kind of sales data, like the sales is happening all over the superstore available in US. So that's data it is. Okay, so I want to analyze the sales data, or how much sales is happening category wise, how much sales is happening subcategory wise, location wise, how it is happening. So I'll create a small dashboard here. So, and if you want to put the company logo, just go to insert, and then you can go to image, you can take the image. So for now I'll just keep any image because I don't have any company, and maybe I'll just take something. Okay, maybe I'll take from desktop. Okay, I'll just take this one, it's my picture itself. Okay, So you can just minimize it. Okay. And you can just put in left side or right side, wherever it's a company, as per company standard, wherever you want to put, you can put it. Okay. So logo. And now we are going to create a graph. So we'll put a, so you can slice your data. So slice your data means temporarily you can filter and see how it is happening. So I'll take a, first I'll create a graph. So I'll create a stat column chart, and I'll take a stat column chart as a category wise and subcategory wise how much sales it is. Okay. So you can see it, right? Okay. And so you can see I've created this graph. So it is showing, if you see here, legend it is showing. So the color is according to subcategory. On axis I have taken the category. So according to that I'm showing it. Okay, for now. I'll explain you in detail in later session how our visualization gets created and what field we need to take where. Okay, so but right now I'm just creating a dashboard. Okay. So and you want to show the value on each color, so you can on the label go to format and on the data label. Okay, you can see the values, and you can just do if some kind of formatting. So you can go to title, and we can make title as like this. So font color white, background color as dark blue. This is the standard what I'm using. Okay. And then Arial black, I'll take the font family as a Arial black. Okay. And then I'll create a and there is a border. You can put the border by selecting that graph. Then formatting option would be available. You can go down, you can shadow it. Okay, so you can see it, right? It's kind of 3D figure it is showing. Okay. Now we're gonna show you like a pie chart. I'll create a pie chart. Okay. So pie chart, I'll show you segment wise how much sales it is. Okay, how much sales. Okay, and I'll take the this one. I can copy the formatting. I'll select this format painter and I'll select it. So it will show the formatting option, and I'll minimize it for now. Okay, and I'll give the space between. I'll create one more top and customer. Okay, so I'll take the customer name and then sales. Okay, and then I'll take top n. So we need to go to filter, and we need to filter only top 10. So we had option in filter pane. You can select this, and you can select top n, and I'll get the top 10, and I'll take the according to which field you want to get the top 10. So I'll drag and drop here, and then it will come and apply filters. So it will show top 10. Okay, maybe top 5 I'll keep. So top 5 would look good. Okay. Okay, so this top 5, and we'll in so data label also, and then we can just do the formatting. So we can just copy the format, select this format painter, and then copy this. Okay. Okay, now we'll create a map. Okay, so map, just select the map, we'll select the city. Okay, and then we'll show the cells here. You can see it, right? right? Different cities and size you can see. Okay, and maybe we want to see North America, Africa, Europe and all. So if you see the cities are there, York, Melbourne. So if you want to just see the Europe related, so just filter this by country. So we can just put the country here, and we can, okay, so only United States, but not sure city is given as a different. So uh, we can see the segment region. It would be, there would be a region field. So we'll bring region and see and filter our visualization according to region. So maybe central region I want to see. Okay, or let's say east, south. Okay, so now when you hover over, you would be able to see the values, see, right? Okay, so for now I will just I'm just showing it. I'll explain the map also uh, properly, okay, in detailed manner. And I'll copy the format of this one. I'll minimize the filter pane. Okay, and now this want to, you want to slice with the some filter, like I want to slice with the maybe ship mode. So I'll take a slicer and I'll take a ship mode. Ship mode. Where is the ship mode? Okay, ship mode. So you can select the ship mode value first class. See, it will, all the graph will filtered out. You see, right? Same day, second days, and so this is your one slicer. Okay, and we'll put year slicer also. Okay, so we can take this one, copy format, load it. Okay, and then we'll take maybe one more slicer where we'll show the order by, like the year wise order. So I'll take the year and I'll change the format in a drop down list. Okay, it will show the list. Okay, and I'll just copy the format painter, and then just copy this format painter, and last we'll take so these two slicer will take. Okay, okay, now our dashboard is ready, right? And you see where we are going to. So I have opened my with the login credential, and same login credential we are going to use in Power BI desktop to publish in where you are going to publish, and how will you identify whether which workspace you are. So I've created a workspace. Okay, so I'll create a workspace. Okay, demo. Okay, demo, maybe demo Raja. Okay, and then we'll save it. So this workspace will get created, and now we want to give the access for this workspace. Let's say a defined user is so user credential is defined for this workspace. So we go here in workspace setting, access, and it will ask. So you can, so there could be a distribution list for a company, like for a team, right? So you can use distribution list, or you can just want to give access to a individual user. So just write it. So I'll give a different user that is called Sweta. So I'll just give access and add it. So this user can, and you see I am an admin, so I had given the access. So now this user can see this workspace here in their when they log in. So I have login with the, here you can see the credential, and when you go to workspace, when you refresh it, and when you go to workspace here, and you see demo Raja. So right now there is no nothing is present here. So what we are going to do now, we are going to publish publish it. So you see, to publish it, we have option publish. So before publish, you need to save your, if it is a new file, you need to save as. Okay, so you can go to file and save as a, like the whatever report name you want to give, save it. So I have saved it as a test.pbix, and you need to first log in. So save it, and then you can log in here. You can click here, or when you click on publish, it will ask for the login credential and password. Okay, whatever your company email address is there, no, because that is your Power BI is tagged to that company mail only. Okay, your work email. Okay, and now when you publish it, so see, whatever option, because I'll save it, and whatever option is available. Okay, so for now I'll just cancel it. I'll just hide this, all this page, because this is not uh, I don't want to show. I can hide this page. It will show here, but you see a cross eye symbol here, it will show. Okay, so here it will show, but when you publish it, it won't show this page. So hide page, right? So now we are going to publish it. So you see here how many workspaces assigned to me: demo underscore raja, Zach, test underscore raja. So now when you go here and when you publish it, okay, I'll save it, and now it will pop up a window where it will show all the workspace, because so I'll select demo raja and select. So now it will start publishing it. It will upload your report. So it is saying publishing the test.pbx to Power BI. Okay, and when you go to online powerbi.com, so here if you open this, you see there's a report and there's a data set, right? There's a report and there's a data set. So now you see this is imported mode, right? We have created using Excel, so it's imported mode. So you can see refresh. So this refresh now is available. uh, it will work when you have a defined when you have installed Power BI Gateway. So you need to schedule this refresh to get the data, the change data, which is changing on daily basis. You to schedule the refresh. So when you click on schedule refresh, so you see you need to go to data connection, and you can see to use a data gateway, make sure the computer is online, the data source is added in manage gateway. If you are using on premises data gateway, please select the corresponding data source and then click apply. And you see you don't have personal gateway, so you need to install. And see, until unless you don't install it, this option schedule refresh, it won't enabled. Okay, to use that. So you see here all the option. So if you have connected data in import mode, you need to schedule the refresh. To schedule the refresh, you need to install Power BI Gateway first. Without Power BI Gateway, you won't be able to do that. And your uh, the refresh now option also won't work, because refresh now work with live, because that is live connected. So whenever it will refresh, if data gets changed, it will automatically show. So in live mode, it will, your data would be always up to date, but in import mode, your data won't be in up to date, because you need to refresh, and your refresh is scheduled at some certain point of time, and after that point of time only you would be able to see the updated data. Okay, so now we saw it, the workspace, and how we are going to share this to other users. Let's say I have this user Sweta, right, this here. Okay, so as I had given access for directly a workspace, that user would be able to see all the report which we are going to publish in this folder. So if you go here and if you go to workspace and demo raja, so you see it's showing the date, right, 12:50 and the time. And when you open the report as a user, you see you'd be able to see all everything. All right, let's say I don't want to give, let's say I want to, a user is going to use only one report present in a workspace, and you have multiple reports, so you should not give the access for complete workspace. So what we need to do, we'll just remove the access, invoke the access from this one. So I'll just go here, workspace access, and then I'll just remove this user, remove, and close. And now when you go and refresh it, go to workspace, refresh it, close, and here you see it should go. I think it will take some time. It will take some time to go away that workspace from this. Okay, and you see it's gone. Right now, if you want to share this report individually as a, like as a developer, so you have an option share individually. So you need to share it inside a workspace. If you want to share a single report, you need to just write down email. Okay, so I'll write email, so you just type it down, automatically it will show which user you want to show. And see, allow recipients to share your report. No. Allow recipients to build new content use the underlying data set. So if user need it, you can give it. If not, then you don't have to. Okay, so I'll just uncheck it, and I'll uncheck all the options. So I'll just share. Okay, and now if you go to that user, this user Sweta, and then if you go to workspace, it won't be available. So shared with me, you need to go to shared with me. Okay, and you see right now we demoed as I just shared right now, and you can just open that report. And because I didn't give any share option here, okay, this is different. So if you go to shared with me, so when you hover over, you won't be able to you won't be able to see that share report option, that option to share it. Okay, so this is end-to-end flow. Only thing is left, this, when I brought in the data, I need to do some data transformation required. Okay, so we have customer full name, so we want to get the first name and last name. So I told you, when you loading the data, you can load the data and later you can transform, or you can just first transform and then load into in memory. So for that we have option transform data. Here you can click, because I told you Power Query editor is embedded with the Power BI desktop itself. Okay, now when you open it, see, we can do, so we have different option, like you can change the data type. You can make, if your, let's say in Excel sheet, your data would be your sheet header, column header would be present somewhere fourth or fifth row, so these other row, the first three row would be null. So how to remove that? So we have remove top rows, and then if you want to make your, the column header present in first row, you want to make as a header, so you can just use first row as a header. If you have same sheet, multiple sheet with the same data and column header, you can append your data into single sheet. If you have a, let's say we have order ID, so we have like the region, year, and this one, the order ID. So if you want to split it, so I'll split it by delimiter. And we, let's say if you want to have a, what is region, what is year, and what is ID, so we can do the custom, and we want to create 3 column. Custom is dash, automatically it's selected dash as a column delimiter. So when you click it, it will create a 3 column. Okay, so I'll keep it as a maybe area, maybe country, because this is related to country, COUNTRY, country. And this is okay, country is already available, maybe country short name. Okay, and then we'll keep it as this one as a year, and then this I'll keep as a, I think the year is already available, so maybe year one. I'm just showing you if you need to do changes, and this will keep as a order ID, order number. Okay, maybe order number will keep order number. Okay, so we created this column, and now we did the change, so that change should be available in memory. Means when you put in memory, then only you'd be able to see that change in your Power BI desktop. So when, see here we have option close and apply. So when you close, means it will close and your change will apply to your data set. So you'd be able to see the new column here over here. Okay, so you'd be able to see here, maybe you can see year one column and all. So you see country short name, then you'll order number, you see order number, and then year one, you'll see year one, right? So this is just like a basic overview of your Power BI architecture, and how, so it's like uh, what kind of mode you can connect to a data source using Power BI desktop, what is Power BI desktop, how to transform your data using Power Query Editor, where you need to publish your report, and how to give the access to user to see the report, how to share a report individually to a user. So this is end to end basic flow of Power BI. In next session, I'm gonna give you the complete details about the all the visualization, what we need to create a visualization, where we need to put, in which field of visualization we need to put, so that we uh, which field from data need to put in the field of visualization, so that you can create a proper visualization, and all the formatting option into your in available in Power BI desktop. So I'm going to explain each and every functionality available in Power BI. Nothing will be left. So I'm going to explain everything, every minor thing I'm going to explain you, which would help you to become a good Power BI developer, and that I assure you 100% by seeing my video. If you like this, you can subscribe my channel, and uh, you can uh, 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 you can give the comment for my videos. Okay, thanks for your time.